Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. The name's Defender, and welcome back to more Banjo-Tooie. Last time, we realized that Grunty is still not dead, and her sisters have come back to save her from being pinned under a boulder. Also, then Gruntilda killed Bottles, so now we have to get revenge. And we've done a pretty good job so far. We've cleared out the first 2 worlds, and we're about to make our way to the 3rd one. Which is a good thing, because the 3rd one is my personal favorite in the entire game. Stroll through the gates, and welcome, or unwelcome rather, to Witchy World. So yeah, it's just basically an amusement park gone wrong, which is just an amazing concept. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well on this Saturday evening. Yeah, not usually an evening stream, but this is kind of how things worked out for today. So yeah, this is Mrs. Boggy. Alright, sure, we'll just add another thing onto the laundry list of tasks that we're gonna be assigned. If we use the shock jump spring pad here, we can step on this burger switch. Danger, 1,000 gigawatts. I guess that's better than 1.2 gigawatts. But we got a big old gate here, but thankfully we have high explosives. Oh, this is a mystery honeycomb. Unlike the skill one, it'll flash between each slot randomly. It's probably better to just rely on your pure reflexes rather than, like, trying to predict what's gonna happen next. But let's see, we got this shock jump spring pad over here. And also, evil slot machines. You know how it is. They will shoot tokens at you if you get too close. Thankfully, if you stay far enough away, just hit him with a grenade egg. I got a ticket. Oh, I wonder what this place sells. Charming. Not really, but I feel like we'll need them, so sure. We'll leave him to that. 100% meat of rodent origin, topped with a synthetic cheese slice. Oh, delicious? Yeah, to you too, Pally. got a warp pad here. Nice. Oh, there's a talk to jam jars. We'll learn airborne egg aiming. So yeah, now we can shoot while flying. Because clearly we weren't doing enough while airborne. See ya, chump. Let's go ahead and take care of this little part, because if we climb up the pipe, we'll find a Jinjo. Jiggy! Ooh, what is this? This looks fancy. Madame Grunty. Alright, sure. What could possibly go wrong? I got some eggs, but only of the blue variety. You win a beating, I like this one. Another ticket. Let's see, right over here, we'll learn one of the most, oh, there's another warp pad. But we'll also learn a very important skill. Split up. Yeah, just like with bottles in the original, if you talk to jam jars while your health is not full, you'll get a health refill. Wow, another bonk! But yeah, with the split up pads, we can split up Banjo and Kazooie. So yeah, Banjo and Kazooie are weaker alone than they are together, but they have skills, or at least they will be able to learn skills, that they can only use while separated. So be sure to look for a pad whenever you need someone's individual talents. Yeah, if we carefully climb up the rope tethered to the big top, we'll find not only these are the claw clamber boots. We won't be able to use them for a while, but we'll also get a Jinjo. Oh boy, it sure is a good thing you found a job in customer service then. Sure, I guess. Salty Joe's Fries, the taste-free, greasy alternative to a decent meal. Oh, thank you, British humor. Alright, now that we have all 4 tickets, we can go into the big top. Which, should we do that now? We're here, why not? Let's do it. Oh hey, it's Conga! Uh-oh. Mr. Patch, strange wobbly inflatable thing. Doesn't exactly instill fear in the heart, you know? And here it is, the song in 1,000 YouTube videos. But this is Mr. Patch. We'll need to blow the patches off of his body with our handy-dandy grenade eggs. But yeah, now, after you land your first hit, Mr. Patch will have these boxing gloves pop out from the ground to disrupt your aim. So you won't be able to fight from the ground. Instead, you'll have to take to the skies. So yeah, this is what you need. You need airborne egg aiming to be able to actually participate in this fight. But yeah, just fly around and shoot the patches off Mr. Patch's body. Every time you hit a patch, you become stunned momentarily, which gives you a good opportunity to try to hit multiple patches if you can. Oh yeah, you can also beak bomb continuously if you continue to hold down the appropriate button. So on Xbox, it's the X button. On the N64 controller, it's the B button. Oh, double shot, nice. Triple shot. What, that didn't count? Oh, there we go. Coming in. Coming in for a landing. That was close. If the beach balls are giving you trouble, you can shoot them down. Duck and weave, duck and weave! Got that one. Oh yeah, bumping into Mr. Patch himself won't hurt you, thankfully. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Well, I guess we took the air out of his sails. You know what? I was deeply dissatisfied with my performance. I am going to file a complaint to the manager to get my money back. Alright, well that's enough of that. Let's see what else the fairground has to offer us. Let's go over to this, like, what is it, a Western theme area? Whoa, watch it. Upsy daisy. Ooh, what's this? Is this a test of strength? Ring the bell to win a top prize. Okay, so there's a sign that'll tell you a tip about this, but you need to hit the button here with 3 strong attacks. You can use any order you want, but the 3 attacks the game wants you to use are a grenade egg shot, which we're gonna start with, a bill drill, and a beak buster. Mine. What do I wanna do? Oh, I know. Take you out. We could do that, but we'll come back to there. This is the Crazy Castle Stockade. As you can see, the Crazy Castle has seen better days. There we go. Time to split up. We'll wander over here with Banjo, because that jam jar silo is for a Banjo solo move. Now you might think, oh hey, there's a Jinjo there. This is a Minjo, arch enemy of the Jinjos. They look just like Jinjos, but they will attempt to attack you. But yeah, this is the pack whack. Now Banjo has an attack. Press X to smack. There is a little bit of wind up before you attack, so make sure you initiate the attack just a little bit earlier. However, it has a neat bit of tech to it. If you use the pack whack in midair, it will allow you to jump again. So you can do something like this. Yeah, it's very powerful. Also, these sparkles are what Jam Jars was referring to as a swap cloud, which allow you to switch your character. Yeah, we'll switch over to Kazooie. With both characters, we can restart the Pump Master, too. Apparently the first model was faulty. And now we got a bouncy castle. And a shock jump pad. But yeah, bouncy castles rule. I actually can't even remember the last time I was in a bouncy castle. I guess... Oh, when would it have been? Like, certainly before high school. That's kind of depressing. But the Crazy Castle has 2 minigames, a Kazooie solo one and a Banjo-Kazooie one. We're already separated, so we'll do the Kazooie one. This one's a personal favorite. The Hoop Hurry game. No, I can explain the rules better than Grunty can. Just run around the room and jump through hoops to get points. There are also turbo trainers in the center. There are 3 ring colors, red, blue, and green. The red ones are the easiest and worth 1 point. Greens are a little harder and worth 2 points. Blues are the most difficult and worth 3 points. You just gotta get 30 points in 60 seconds. And as you can see, it's not very difficult. All right, we're done. Yeah, thinking on it, I think Witchy World has, per capita, the most mini-games in it in any world in this game, which makes sense. You know, this is supposed to be an amusement park. It would make sense that there are various games and attractions here. Thankfully, it is a good thing that all of them are good. No, thank you. All right, and with that, let's hustle back to the swap cloud and we'll rejoin, and we'll take on the second challenge. Oh, nice. And now for the duo game. Balloon burst! Nope, I know what to do. This is another challenge that will require the aerial egg aiming. You have the golden rapid fire egg, so just keep the fire button held down. And pop the balloons. Again, red ones are worth 1 point, green ones 2 points, and blue ones 3 points. And that'll be consistent throughout every other minigame in this game. Reds will always be worth a point, greens are always worth 2 points, blue ones are always worth 3 points. All right, another W for us. $80 points. Nah. We'll make sure to use the shock jump pad to actually claim our prize. Oh, I know what we should do. Please grab the ledge. What? Why? Oh, great. Of course, some dimwit decided to leave the platform, just not in the right position. Probably some disgruntled employee who quit. Decided, oh, I'm gonna make problems for everyone on my way out. Yeah, we just go ahead and push the button. All right, now we can ride the tram. You get this really nice panoramic view. Also, if you pay attention, the platform's material will change once we get to Spaceland. I just think that's neat. All right, we got another empty honeycomb piece. All right, we can't do that yet. Admittedly, I did do things a little out of order here, but that's okay. In fact, doing it this way at least makes things a little easier for us, at least in terms of the challenge. That activates the shock jump spring pad, which will make it easier for us to come back. We'll go ahead and hit this button. And if you manage to open up the path for that weird crate back in Glitter Gulch Mine, it can complete its journey. However, we won't be able to actually do anything with it yet until we call upon Mumbo, but that's okay. We've at least got it open now. Alright, another warp pad. Oh, that's an easy to get Globo. Alright, what's gonna be our transformation for this world? The van. So yeah, the van doesn't technically have an attack, but it's actually indestructible. We have a horn we can beat to open up these doors. But yeah, thanks to our indestructibility, we can commit endless vehicular homicide. It's great. Let's see. So first things first, we'll want to... You can actually do that later. Right now, we want to go over to the one zone we've not actually done anything in yet. This, like, evil zone. Because we will need to pay here. The fearsome furnace of the inferno. Fun for the whole family. Yeah, thanks to our invincibility, we can jump through and not have to worry about being crushed, which is very good. Yeah, welcome to the Inferno, which violates so many health and safety regulations. Ooh, a Cheeto page. Nice. And when I say indestructible, I mean we're lava-proof. Don't ask me how that works. But we got a warp pad here. And a Globo. However, we actually cannot accomplish everything we need with the van right now. We will need Mumbo's help before we can switch back to the van again. So, we're just gonna go back to Humbawamba. Normally I would warp, but I want to go through the spooky section normally. Just because there were so many other paths and things to do first. First things first, we're gonna climb up this ladder. What a thrill. As we carefully inch our way across the needlessly thin walkway. We'll grab a Jiggy. Then if we jump into the tank, we won't take damage, and more importantly, there are some musical notes to collect. Yeah, yourself. The spooky green tunnel leads to here, the sign. But yeah, these signs are basically saying you cannot leave Witchy World with food in... Oh, hello. Can I help you? Alright, sure, we got burgers. Here, take it. So yeah, we have to somehow drag this guy's bulk back to Mrs. Boggy. We do not have the tools to do this right now. But what we can do is if we clamber on top of this coffin, we can grab this crack. And after dealing with the snapdragons along the wall, we'll find a train switch. This will open the doors for the train station, allowing Chuffy to enter this world. The train is used for a variety of puzzles, so we'll want to go ahead and call Chuffy here. Alright, we won't be able to do anything with Chuffy yet, but it is beneficial that we brought him here now. Let's mosey on over to the other tunnel, the creepy pink corridor. Which brings us to the haunted cavern full of teeth and darkness. Thankfully, there are these friendly ghosts that hover over the area to provide light. If you bump into a tooth, you will take damage, and if you somehow manage to jump over a tooth, you will plummet into the abyss. So, maybe don't do that? Or do, I'm not your dad. The Cave of Horrors. You know what, we'll be the judge of that. Oh hey, it's this kid. Really, nothing? Because you're a little snot. But yeah, you just have to hit the kid. Goby? Man, it's been ages. Well, I mean, you're old, but you're not really afraid. Whatever, we'll just let him out and just use a grenade egg to blast the lock off. Anyway, what does this sign say? Riveting. Anyway, what are you supposed to be? Oh yeah, there's things above each cage. Ancient bearded camel, mighty evil dinosaur, weird killer alien. I mean, I like explosions. You don't gotta convince me. But yeah, this is what we need Chuffy for. So this dinosaur will run all the way to Chuffy. Unfortunately, that'll be the only step we can do right now, but we've completed this at least, which is good. And finally, the weird killer alien is just a Jinjo. We can actually grab this crack in the wall, and after shimmying a little bit, we'll reach a Cheeto page. And a nice little shortcut back. Alright, with that taken care of, let's now enter the main attraction through the giant crushing teeth door. That certainly is an aesthetic choice. Let's split up. Because there's this button here that activates a shock jump spring pad. But as you might guess by the swap cloud, there's a little bit more to it than that. Because if you step off the pad shatters. So it'll be up to Kazooie to scale the tower. So you gotta avoid the little fire guys on their sleds. It's much safer to avoid them if you stop moving and jump straight up rather than trying to jump forward. You're also under no time limit to do this, just using the turbo trainers makes it faster. Uh-oh. For the record, I was attempting to use a feathery flap to save myself, but if you fall too far, you die. Thankfully, this game has no lives, and that might have actually saved us a little bit of time. Oh well. Alright, let's go and see Mumbo, shall we? Hey Mumbo, you got some guy living in your house. Are you charging him rent? I feel like you should. Oops. Man, you look away at your chat window for 1 second and everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And by that I mean I fell down. Yes, I would like your help, please. Yeah, the first Mumbo pad was back over here. Power. But yeah, Mumbo just, he literally just like turns the lights on in this world. Not exactly the grandest display of shaman magic, but it's something. Alright, that's one. We'll make our way back over to Space Zone for the other two. This one powers the Dodge'em Dome. And finally, we'll head inside the Star Spinner building. This one will power up the Star Spinner. I know we're doing all of this to collect Jiggies to further our cause, but it really does feel like Grunty is getting like a net positive out of this, because, you know, clearly, whatever state Grunty had Witchy World in while she was not trapped under a boulder, probably wasn't much better than what it is now. So we basically just turned all the lights back on and got this place up and running again. can't help but feel a little bit bad about, but it's all in the pursuit of giving Grunty what she deserves, so I hope it'll be worth it. Alright, so now that we have the Dodgem Dome open, we go back to Wombas and turn back into a van. And the reason why we have to do this, which admittedly feels a little egregious, like it feels really unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. But we'll go into the Dodgem Dome, and we have to pay to open it up. Again, it wasn't enough just to power this place back up. We had to fork over some cash. I mean, classic Grunty move, but still, it's just not good. Yeah, now that we're over here, we can open up this and get a treble clef. Which, let me check my totals. Oh yeah, we only have some Jiggies and a Cheeto page left. We got everything else, great. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and ride the cable car again. This time we don't get the cool panorama view, but it is a little faster. And since we activated the shortcut earlier, we can just use the spring jump. The Saucer of Peril. Sounds exciting. Let's do it. But yeah, score 500 points for a Jiggy, 400 points for a Cheeto page. And yeah, this is just a rail shooter. Just keep your fire button held down and shoot the targets. The Saucer of Peril is one of my favorite mini-games. I don't know, it's just a cool idea. Hold on tight. Uh-oh. That was close. All right, this is the last segment. That's 500. Here's our stop. I win 2 bleeping prizes. I mean, I could do that, but I'd rather just take my prizes and go home, thanks. Alright, time to ride the Star Spinner. And by ride the Star Spinner, I mean, hold on, get out of my way, thank you. I mean, ascend to dangerous heights that no person would ever willingly do. Oh, and there's the third kid. Hey, you. Here, take it. But yeah, like I said earlier, we will not be able to get the last kid for a little bit. What am I doing on feathers? I'm good. Alright, so after both turning this place on and paying the price, we can finally participate in the Dodge'em Dome. And it's basically bumper cars. But bumper cars are great. Yeah, just use the analog stick to steer your bumper car and collect the twinklies. You don't have any attacks or ways to push the other riders around, so just try to ignore them and scoop up the points. Okay. Now it's time for round 2. 50 points this time. But yeah, in case you didn't see it, and I did forget to mention it, if the other riders pass over a Twinkly, it will disappear. This will really only become a problem once we get to round 2, and especially round 3. If you get stuck into a corner like that, the best technique I found is to just wiggle your analog stick back and forth quickly. Final round! This time it's a 3-on-1. Thankfully, we only have to collect 40 points this time. Oh, I'm being jostled something fierce. These things don't have any seat belts, do they? Oh, they pincered me in, but that's okay. I got enough points. Another Jiggy for the collection. And with that, if my view totals are correct, yep, we must bid adieu to Witchy World for now. I think I can actually say there is no Jiggy here in this world that I dislike. And that paired with the aesthetic of this place is just, it's an S-tier world for me. Yeah, I know, you've already given us the song and dance, just let us go. But yeah, no more burgers and no more fries. Oh well. Actually, no, let's not do that yet. But we should have enough Jiggies to attempt, I think I think actually 3, if my memory serves me right. Let's do it. Okay. World 4 is open to us. All right, let's do number 5. Again, a little bit more challenging, but nothing that we can't solve. There we go. World 5 is now available to us. Oh, we do have enough. Excellent. Need 28 jiggies. We have 30. All right, let's do it. No. There we go. I'll get it right eventually. Sweet. World 6 is open. Not that I'm looking forward to it. Or maybe I am, who knows? We'll need 36 jiggies to take on the next one. Alright, so with all of that, we need to make our way back to the plateau. Actually, before we do that, there's just so much I need to do. Go back to Jinjo Village, because we've got enough Cheeto pages to cash them in. So I might as well do that while we're here. eggs. I guess technically I should have stopped here first and then gone to the wooded hollow so that we could do all of Jiggy Wiggy's stuff. Oh well. I'll have to remember that routing for the next time I play this game. E, G, S. All right, double eggs. You'll love to see it. Cool. I have to say, the HD version of this game definitely does do a lot to increase the timelessness of it. Just being able to play it at a smooth frame rate and widescreen is really nice. And I know that Banjo-Tooie is definitely, especially in recent years, more divisive than the original, and I definitely understand why that is. But I don't know, it's just... I'm honestly not really sure which one I like more than the other. I feel like I keep flip-flopping between them. I guess it would be more accurate to say I like them both for different reasons. But Banjo-Tooie maintains enough of the strong core of Banjo-Kazooie that even the things that Banjo-Tooie doesn't do as well, or some of the things that it tries to do and they don't succeed, it doesn't really detract too much from my enjoyment. Of course, I have also been playing this game for 25 years. I'm able to circumvent a lot of the problems that this game has. That does not mean that those problems magically go away, or that other people aren't correct in saying, hey, this thing detracts from my overall enjoyment of the game. But for me, they don't bother me anymore. I guess that's just the power of, experience and also nostalgia. And that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. Each and every one of us approaches everything with our own individual perspective that is uniquely ours. And, the reasons why I love Banjo-Tooie, there might be some similarities that other people might have. Other people may enjoy it for entirely different reasons. Some things I might dislike about this game might be the reason that other people absolutely adore this game. And again, no one is inherently right or wrong in liking something for the reason that they like it. I know that there's... Hold on, let's learn this new move and then we can carry on with this. Well, we get ice eggs here. This is kind of steering the conversation in a slightly different direction than originally intended, but at least to me, it seems like, especially in the review space that we have going on, at least currently, I don't know, it seems like there's a real negative stigma about the idea of subjectivity. The idea that, like, oh, if you're reviewing like a video game or a movie or something, you have to make sure that you're approaching it with like a clinical degree of objectivity. There's no room for emotion or it almost feels like there's no room for actually having an opinion. Like, it's just, it has to be based on strictly what is there. Just pure facts. I feel like the problem with that is that art, by its very existence, is naturally subjective. Again, everyone has their own perspective on things. They're gonna approach everything slightly different than everyone else. So I think it's impossible to review anything or talk about anything without some degree of bias. And I think there's a real harm in not acknowledging that there is a bias. Yes, there is a point to where a bias can tip so significantly that it very obviously colors the opinion of the person, like, talking about the thing. But I don't know, maybe it's just the reviewers that I follow or the discourse that I read about, but it just seems like there's no room for, like, saying, you know, I like this thing because I like it. It's hard to describe. It could just be based purely on nostalgia. You know, I played this when I was a kid, so even though I agree that it has many objective faults, subjectively, I still love it. That's kind of how I feel about, like, Donkey Kong 64. I've made that point numerous times before, even though I fully agree, Donkey Kong 64 has a lot of problems. I still love it unconditionally. It was the first video game I ever played. I'm never not going to enjoy my time with it. And I don't think that subjectivity naturally makes my interpretation or perspective invalid by itself. You know, just because, oh, it's not a purely objective view of the game. I'm not separating my personal feelings from reviewing or talking about this thing. That just, like, instantly discredits me. I think that's a very harmful way of talking about things. Again, you want to make sure that your, like, personal opinion and views and things like that are not so oppressive that they then begin to warp the understanding and, like, how other people perceive your perception of something. Oh, you interrupted my tangent, Jiggy Wiggy. Thanks. But yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about. Nostalgia's a hell of a drug. It just is. Anyway, welcome to World 4, Jolly Roger's Lagoon. A cheerful seaside town. Also, we got these little clumps on the ground. You can use the bill drill to bust through them and dig stuff up, like these doubloons. But yeah, it's how we'll pay for stuff here. There's a big crack in that thing. Let's make it bigger. There we go. A shock jump pad. Money. Oh, hey, what's going on, kids? Yeah, you're not kidding, Banjo. This is another, like, multi-world jiggy. In fact, I think this might be one of the most complicated jiggies to get in the game. One of the steps we can do right now, but the other steps we will not be able to accomplish until the very end of the game. So, strap in. Let's see, let's start over here. That didn't work. Good thing Banjo has like the upper arm strength of, well, I guess of a bear. Alright, so we should be able to just jump down over here. Skull, beach, beach, skull. Alright. We'll use the build drill to bust our way in. Into here, the waste disposal plant. Seems kinda sludgy. Oh yeah, sure, because that's how pollution removal works. Just stop polluting and it naturally becomes crystal clear. I wish that's how it worked. Oh well. Ow. In case you're wondering, yes, this is in fact a Minjo. Whew. Yeah, I definitely want those. No, please dive down. That's a weird camera angle. You know what, let's stop by the local pub, Jolly's. Give me a drink, bartender. All right, sure. Peek through the window here. Well, I guess it's not really a window, it's like a hole. There's a barrel of gunpowder. I think you know what to do next. By the way, if you're feeling cheap or mean, you can actually blast down this door with a grenade egg and not have to pay the doubloons. But anyway, here's that mole Jolly was talking about, and for 275 notes, we'll be taught sub-aqua egg aiming. So now we can attack underwater. Captain Black Eye. You're looking a little green around the gills there. But yeah, if you keep talking to Black Eye, I'll give you 2 doubloons. And then he falls over. You can continue to interact with him and actually get an interesting little conversation. I had a dream once. I were in this fine game. A bear stole me glory. So this is a giant in-joke to the origins of Banjo-Kazooie. This story has been told numerous times, least of which by me, but just to keep everyone up to speed, originally Banjo-Kazooie was a game called Dream, which was supposed to be an ambitious, like, pirate adventure game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But it didn't get very far in development until Rare realized that the Super Nintendo was well on its way out and the N64 was going to be the future. So the game pivoted to the N64, but it still encountered some problems. And eventually, to keep a long story short, after several development issues and challenges, the game morphed into a kind of 2.5D platforming game where the main character had morphed into Banjo, a bear with a backpack. And originally Captain Black Eye was supposed to be like the main villain of Dream, but as the game shifted in development, he eventually got phased out. But this is a Kazooie only move, the wing whack. But yeah, you can perform a wing attack by either standing still and pressing X, or while on the move, or while jumping. Just like with most attacks in this game, the standing one is pretty worthless, so just use the moving one. You can also use the air attack to gain more distance. Let's see. That's all we can do with them separated, which is fine. Pano's Emporium. Buy, sell, and trade. A Jiggy. And a Globo on a shelf. And also there's that stuffed Gruntilda from, Furnace Fun. What's up? Here, take it. Got a Jiggy. Let's see, with that Globo we picked up. Ooh, more money. And also there's a crack. Oh hey, this is that beach that was mentioned earlier. How about that? I forget, is there anything over here? Nope, just some refreshing blue water. Hey, it's Tip Top. Well, maybe he just needs a little motivation. We'll leave him for a while. Ow! Sorry. I hope my microphone didn't just pick up my joint snapping. That can't be good. Anyway, this is the only thing Mumbo can do in Jolly Roger's Lagoon, not Bay. Don't want to get that mixed up with Super Mario 64, but yeah. Mumbo's gonna frickin' oxygenate the water. But yeah, now we can breathe underwater. So yeah, we went from summoning a giant golden statue to lifting heavy stuff to powering things up to making water breathable. Man, Mumbo's power curve is absolutely out of control. Blubber's wave race higher. Hey, it's good old Captain Blubber. Sure, take it. $1,000 doubloons for trivia? Man, sign me up for that. Oh well, but if we go behind Blubber's counter, we can find a shock jump spring pad. Oh! Sweet, another Jiggy. But yeah, in this box are turbo trainers. Put our water walking skills to work. And grab this ginger. Oh, cool, I got a gamer pick. Now I'll be the envy of all of my friends on Xbox Live. Wait, isn't Xbox Live dead? Oh, it's a little anticlimactic, but oh well. Yeah, I know I talked to Pano earlier and he said, oh, I don't have anything else to sell. But if you go back in after buying the Jiggy, as it turns out, he was lying. There's now a Cheeto page for sale. And it's only 5 doubloons. Gotta make sure I keep my egg supply tipped up, or topped up rather. Okay. I think we've done everything we can do in town, so let's take the plunge. Thankfully, our superior swimming will come in handy here. But yeah, these weird enemies, if you want to get at whatever goodies that they're hiding, shoot an egg at them. You might see, we got these big, scary octopi. The only way to take them out, or immobilize them, is to shoot an ice egg at them. If you bump into their tentacles while they're frozen, you'll just be pushed back. You won't take damage, but it's still very annoying. But anyway, welcome to the lost city of Atlantis. Huh, it was here the whole time. How about that? Here's a warp pad. Yeah, thinking back to the N64 version, this was one of the locations that lagged the most from what I remember. Avoid the electric eels. Doing that brings us to here. We can find jam jars, and for 290 notes, learn the Talon Torpedo! The Seaweed Sanctum. Oh, we need to... Okay. So we absolutely would like to come back here later. Yeah, with the Talon Torpedo, we can launch Kazooie like a torpedo underwater. We'll need her speed to pass through those transparent sea-me fish so that we can grab the goodies inside, and we can also bash down any steel doors with her mug on them. Like that. However, as you saw, it costs 5 feathers to let Kazooie fly, so you gotta keep that in mind. Oh, the ancient swimming baths. Okay, we can't do what we need to do here yet because we don't have the right skill, but we'll do that later. Okay, so check the code on the door. Uh-oh. Hold on, we gotta take you out. There we go. Nothing some high explosives can't solve. But yeah, if we need to shoot eggs into the pots to complete the code above the door. There we go. Nothing Baron Bird can't solve. Temple of the Fishes. Hey, what's up, you? Sure. Alright, so we gotta defend crispy bacon from the fish for 60 seconds. If you got the homing eggs, this will help a lot. You'll have more luck if you stay above the cage and just kind of rotate. Another good deed done. I got literally the one egg type I didn't want. Funny how that works. This is one of the most annoying jiggies to get when I was a kid. Hello, Rexigor. We're glad to have you here. Hope your Saturday's going well. And yeah, aesthetically I like Jolly Roger's Lagoon, but it has some pretty annoying jiggies to get. Again, at least this is the HD version and we're not playing the game in at 6 frames per second. That definitely helps. Okay, what do we want? Oh, I know what we should do. Let's go back into the previous room, because now that we have the Talon Torpedo, ow. Swivel our way past. We'll use the Talon Torpedo to knock down this gate. And go inside here. Inside the UFO. No, please don't turn around. This game's worlds are cool because they play with the platforming. They really do. I like the interconnectivity of the stages. I know that's a point of contention for some people, and I get where they're coming from, but I can't really think of many other platformers, or really even other games these days, that have worlds that are directly linked with each other. It's just such a cool concept. Are any of you called Elvis? Also, one of my favorite games because it did a sequel right. You don't have to relearn your moves. That is definitely good. I like it when sequels, they kind of assume that you've played the earlier games in the series, not necessarily to the degree that they're not willing to bring someone up to speed who hasn't, but it's like if you already have, you can just hit the ground running. You don't have to go through a slow portion at the start, which is nice. But anyway, for this, we just need to shoot ice eggs into all of the reactors. Thankfully, we can do it just by standing in the middle and spinning. Alright, let's get out of here before we're abducted. And then they expanded on the already known movesets. I like some of the new moves in this game, but others feel like they were just created to render old moves obsolete, like the build drill. What makes that mechanically different from the Beak Buster? And I think it was smart to join the levels because you can't just clear a stage and be done. That is true. I know that, especially in games like this, backtracking is... Some people really like it, other people don't like it. I'm usually on the like it side because it throws a curveball into the normal stage-by-stage progression. You know, it's like you said, you can't just clear a stage on your first go-through. Or clear it 100%, rather. It's totally possible if you don't like the backtracking in this game. It's more than possible to collect enough jiggies without having to revisit previous worlds again. But I like it because it makes you think about your pathing. Because again, it's not just a straight line, clear the stage, go to this stage. There's an opportunity for optimization and mastery, which I really appreciate. Though there are definitely some games which push the backtracking a bit too much. I do think Banjo-Tooie does kind of lean a bit too far into it, because I'm pretty sure there is only one stage in the entire game, the very last one, that you can complete 100% without any backtracking. That feels a little egregious. Like, I think maybe if it was like 2 or 3 stages could be completed without having to backtrack. Maybe like the first stage, Mayahem Temple, and the final stage, if those were the only ones that could be completed without backtracking, I think that would have been a little bit better, because, you know, the first stage is supposed to get players comfortable with the game's world, the game's controls, that kind of thing. Because, you know, if you throw all of your most complicated mechanics at the player right away, you risk overwhelming them, and then they're just gonna drop your game. And that's not what you want. You want to strike a nice balance of the start being interesting enough that you grab players' attention, but simple enough so that you're not immediately putting up this big barrier to people. Anyway, we're now back in the waste disposal plant to grab this Jinjo, and now we're going to immediately back out. Because in BK, you can clear all but one without visiting other levels. That's fair. I think there's a little too much backtracking. Again, it's a really fine line, and there are some people who are like, I don't want any backtracking. And it kind of follows up the point I had made earlier about a different tangent, but, you know, I don't think people are necessarily wrong in saying that they don't like the backtracking. Because there are definitely ways that backtracking can be made worse. If, like, what you're backtracking to do is really uninteresting, like, there are some jiggies that you have to backtrack for in this game that are not, like, mechanically satisfying to get. Like, one of the ones in Glitter Gulch Mine, we need the springy step shoes to get. But it's literally just jump up to an alcove with the jiggy and grab it. That just doesn't feel very interesting. Like, if it was an entirely new pocket of the stage, and, like, maybe there was another mini-game or something there, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. At least, then it would be a bit more interesting to have to backtrack to there. I think backtracking is also one of those things that gets a little better when you replay a game. Because again, you're able to kind of circumvent some of the rougher edges of the game once you know what to look out for. Like, you know, okay, I need to make sure I'm doing things in this order to cut out some backtracking steps. Like, there's some backtracking that you're just not going to be able to avoid. But if you do, like, if there's a sequence of events you have to do, and the game, like, leads you to doing them 1, 2, 3, and 4, but that's not really the simplest or fastest way of doing it. On future runs, it's like, oh, okay, 2, 4, 3, 1. That's actually the fastest way of doing it. You know, that's only something you can pick up after having done it. Yeah, I just came here to... should I... No. Not yet. Because we're not going to be able to go through the Seaweed Sanctum as the transformation here. We should do that first. Yeah, the Seaweed Sanctum was definitely a place that scared me as a kid, because, it's got evil plants. It's like, they're not that difficult to deal with, but it's like... There's a sign here? Huh! How about that? I didn't know that was there. Cool. I will say, one of, like, my, not really a peeve of mine, but something that I always dislike are mimic-type enemies. Just things that look harmless, but are not. Like, whether they're goofy-looking or they're designed to be scary or anything like that, it's just, I don't like them. It preys on my sense of trust too much. It's like, ah, yes, this thing that I've come to understand is reliable and friendly. Oh no, My trust, it has been broken. How dare you? Like, it's just, can we not? Don't play with my emotions like that. There you go, little buddy. The sea bottom. Yeah, Jolly Roger's Lagoon is not my favorite world in Banjo-Tooie. I will say it's probably one of the better, like, water stages, especially of this era. I think like the underwater ruin aesthetic, also the seaside town and all of that, just gives it a nice, it gives it a much different vibe than a lot of other water locations. Well, I flubbed that. All right, let's go, let's try this again. Got it. I also like the small nugget that the devs imply, like the Gray Jinjo family. Oh yeah, the Gray Jinjos. Very tragic. All right, we got a warp pad. Now, we will need to do a little bit of dentistry. Oh, hello. You're a little too close. They're clearly the zero numerical part of the Jinjo family. Yeah, for those who may not have seen it, at like the very start when we were in Jinjo Village, the driller actually ran over the Gray Jinjo family, so it's pretty heavily implied that they're all dead. You know, just another couple of bodies to add to Gruntilda's kill count. We need to use our grenade eggs to blast open the teeth. And there you go. And now we can go inside. I just realized, this is not the only N64 rare era game where you go inside a big fish, because you do that in Donkey Kong 64. And you also do that in the fourth world of that game, too. Huh. But it's also implied that they are a 10 Jinjo house? Oh, really? I must have missed that part. Anyway, that's a cool detail. But yeah, I guess that would make sense, because the other remaining families are 1 through 9. Anyway, you must be Jolly's partner, who has not been digested yet. Unless there were a ton of bunk beds in that house. Yeah, probably not. All right, well, let's get out of here before we're eaten alive. The fact that they can just walk out of a fish. Yeah, it's incredibly unrealistic in this game about a talking bear and bird. Yeah, it's pretty silly. Okay, should be able to just go through here. Oh yeah, you can also see the teeth lying on the ground after you've knocked them out. That's a little macabre. Just passing through, don't mind me. We got another warp pad here. Let's go back to Atlantis. No, we can grab that on our way out. Let's see, I think it's time that we actually paid a visit to Humba Wumba. That Davy Jones locker can be a different one in every game is cool. It sure is. It's like, it's one of those small things that doesn't really change that much, but it's still cool that the developers implemented it anyway. Of course, it's probably just another factor that annoys speedrunners of this game. It's like, oh, if the locker is this one specifically, it shaves half a second off the world record speed run. Yeah, we're a submarine. So yeah, you can shoot torpedoes, which you can hurt yourself if you're too close to the blast radius, so watch out for that. And you're also equipped with a ping attack. In case you're wondering, this is what you use to disable the octopi, because you don't have ice eggs. But it matters. Depending on how optimized a speedrun is, you know what? It can matter. It's like, speedrunners are just... Oh, hello. Can I grab that? Or am I too fat now? Nope. But speedrunners are just built different. I could never be a speedrunner. Please, I just want to get onto the warp pad. Thank you. Alright, back to the locker cavern. Blast open Davy Jones's locker. Lord Woo Fack Fack, self-important anglerfish. I will say, I do like this fight. It's silly when you can do this as a submarine. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, the game lets you do this as a submarine, which makes this fight significantly easier because you have unlimited torpedoes as the submarine. So you don't have to worry about going around to collect extra grenade eggs while you're in the middle of this. Also, it's a surprisingly graphic fight, because, like, that's just straight up blood. Late 90s, early 2000s kids were just built different. Or maybe developers just, like, weren't afraid to traumatize children. Because, like, anyone who played Ocarina of Time as a kid, they have persistent nightmares now. That's just a fact. Yeah, I probably should explain this fight. We need to shoot the glowing boils. And after we pop those... Yeah, he'll open up his eyes, which are now conveniently his new weak point. Whoa! All right. Also, this game makes the player think about how they blinded a fish to get a Jiggy, the implications. Well, we'll just leave him to it, I guess. Shiny object. I'll take that. But anyway, if we go in here, we got another mini game. Nope, I know exactly what to do. So yeah, this is just the same thing as the balloon burst challenge, but underwater. I was trying to think of like something cool to say and I couldn't come up with it, so sorry. At night. Yeah, we're shooting underwater. But it's not a depth charge, right? It's a sea mine. At night. But yeah, I think this is actually easier than the balloon burst challenge just because it's much easier to stay still than it is when you're flying. Now, where is my prize? There it is. You'd think they put it on like the big center platform. No, thank you. All right, and we're out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that explicitly requires the submarine here. I don't think so. Gruntilda's like, you want to play that game I made again? Isn't it fun? I spent so long making it. Please enjoy it. And I was like, I did enjoy it, but not enough to play it again because I already got your prize. What am I gonna do? Play it again for the intrinsic satisfaction of just enjoying it? I mean, I already enjoy it. All right. But oh yeah, I'm actually supposed to be sucking the life out of the island. Yeah, Grunty kind of flip-flops. Like, I'm not exactly sure why she's hosting these various challenges for us to win prizes. Like, it would be one thing if like somehow she had devised like an incredible obstacle course or something with a Jiggy at the end, because then like the implication that she's deliberately trying to kill us, which would be, you know, makes sense. But nah, here's a fun minigame for a Jiggy, which is literally one of the things you need to defeat me. Maybe she's like trying to waste our time so that the Bob has more time to charge? Maybe? That's probably a stretch. But yeah, here's like one of the most out of the way warp pads. Yeah, we've got a Jinjo in a box we can explode. And we can knock this down. Let me check my totals real fast. Missing a Cheeto page, which I know where that is. Let's see, I need to pick up the Jiggy by talking to Jolly. Is that it? I think that might be it. All right. That wasn't so bad. Ah, and here we are, back in Glitter Gulch Mine. That's another Jiggy for the cause. But as long as we're here, we go back into the waterfall cavern. Now that we have the Talon Torpedo, we can get rid of this rock. Which brings us to this place. It's a big ice safe. It's a good thing we have an ice key. Gotcha! Didn't Humbawamba say she could use a Mega Globo? Let's go see what we can get. But before we do that, first I'm gonna collect some eggs to replenish my stock. Another good thing I will say is that they made restocking your inventory a lot less painful, because the bundles of items just mean you have less to collect. We're gonna go back to Jinjo Village, because even though we don't have enough Cheeto pages, thanks to the Talon Torpedo, we can actually get something here in Spiral Mountain. And they respawn, very true. That also helps. Need some frosty eggs, thank you. Yeah, there's another Kazooie door over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably just easier if I grab feathers now. I mean, it's like, I got 200 of them, so I'm not too concerned about running out, but gotta satisfy that kleptomaniac nature. Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, I know what order of operations I want to do things in. Let's quickly make our way back to the cliff top. This way we can go ahead and pick up our Jiggy from Jolly. Thank you. All right, and oop, I'm in a hole. All right, well, we have more than 36 Jiggies, so let's go back to the wooded hollow. All right. Again, getting trickier, but nothing we can't overcome. My brain thought Jolly's partner said Bible infested instead of bile infested. What would that look like? Biblically accurate fish innards. Again, what would that even look like? Nice. World 7 is open to us, but we're not going to go there yet. We'll need 45 Jiggies for the next challenge. Alright, so to make our way forward, we'll need to go back to the Pine Grove, which conveniently is where Humbawamba is. Here's your Mega Globo. Alright, in we go. Huh, I don't feel any different. Ah, yes, nuts and bolts. I forgot there was actually something with that. Huh, how about that? But yeah, now Kazooie's a dragon for finding the Mega Globo. Kazooie's voice is a little deeper, and her default attack is now a fire belch. And this is a little hidden thing. You have unlimited fire eggs. Pretty cool. Bam. All right, with that boulder out of the way, inside another digger tunnel. Okay. Oh, hey. Klungo, revenge-seeking minion. Alright, well, let's see if the second verse is any different from the first. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna. Alright, the green potion. Klungo is now invisible, but still very vulnerable. He still lobs potions. He'll lob a few more of them, but, like, it's not much of a trick. The invisibility does short circuit if you let it go for a little while, so you'll still be able to see his position, but, like, if you just attack him as soon as he's open, not difficult at all. Aw, Klungo. Yeah, Klungo. Poor guy. And off he goes. But welcome to the wasteland. Honestly, doesn't seem like much of a wasteland with, there's a little bit of greenery here. Poor guy. Yeah, he gets the short end of the stick here. But for 350 notes, we learn our last egg type, the Clockwork Kazooie egg. So yeah, drop one, and you'll create a little remote-controlled Clockwork Kazooie bomb. Definitely the most advanced egg type. Use the left stick to move the bomb, and you can detonate it with the X button. You can also jump with A. But yeah, the Clockwork Kazooie egg will be used for more advanced maneuvers. It's also capable of squeezing into very tight passageways. One of these things is not like the other. Just go ahead and activate this silo. Alright, but with that, we've actually grabbed every note here in the Isle o' Hags. Which is great. Let's see, we are running a little bit short tonight. Usually I like to go for about 3 hours, but we are approaching another world, and this is one of the worlds where the game starts to get a bit more complicated in terms of both, like, navigation and challenge completion. So, I think this is a good place to call it quits for tonight. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you'd like to stay up to date on the things that I do, please consider following. But, for now, this is the Defender, signing out. See you later.